Hello and welcome to Freedom News, the news you can use to help keep Canada free. From the Calgary Herald, Trudeau cheers anti-pipeline activist as star Liberal candidate. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has found his diaspora Berman. 2 days before heading to Calgary for Stampede, he held hands high with anti-pipeline activist Stephen Guilbeault, the Liberals' new candidate in the Montreal riding of Laurier. Guilbeault worked for Greenpeace and founded a Quebec advocacy group, Equiterre. He is a flat-out opponent of the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion. The very pipeline expansion that the Liberal government says, we're going to get built with our money. Article continues. So there they were together, cheerily holding hands. What are the plans for Guilbeault in a new Liberal government? Environment Minister? Maybe natural resources? Trudeau is obviously playing to Quebec anti-pipeline sentiment and the will of the province's National Assembly. He has never criticized a unanimous Assembly motion that virtually usurped Ottawa's power to regulate and approve pipelines. On the evidence, activists like Guilbeault don't become moderate once they join the system. They work toward their goals and then, like Zipporah Berman, pop out the other end as determined as ever. Guilbeault sounds like Berman did after Notley made her co-chair of the province's Oil Sands Advisory Council in 2016. He says he wants to find solutions from the inside, even if his old friends are annoyed. I did it for 25 years, being outside, proposing ideas, and criticizing, he said. I think it's time for me to take the next step and try to change things from the inside, and that's what I'm going to do. Activists are already calling him a sellout. And yet, Guilbeault says Trudeau knows he won't change his view on TMX. I told him and I told people that I couldn't defend this project, and the Prime Minister said, fine, I don't have any problems with that. That's a quote from Trudeau himself when his star candidate in Montreal says that he will not defend the TMX project, the TMX pipeline. Trudeau said, and I again quote, fine, I don't have any problems with that. There you go, folks. He's not interested in having that pipeline built. Guilbeault told the environmental publication National Observer. He, Trudeau, said it wouldn't be authentic if I did so. What the hell? In 2016, Berman said, criticizing from the outside but not really understanding how to make the change that is necessary is really frustrating, and that's not what I want to do. In every campaign I've ever worked on, once you start working on solutions, supporting policy, or working with industry, you are criticized. It sounded promising, but as we know, Berman left the oil sands panel after much controversy and went straight back to radical activism. She had what she wanted, a hard cap on oil sands emissions, without once agreeing that the pipeline was an acceptable trade-off. Berman now vows to block Trans Mountain whatever approvals the court grant. However, many First Nations agree with the project. It took us 10 years to stop Northern Gateway, she said last year. It took us 5 years to stop Energy East, to which I say, screw you, Berman. That was tens of thousands of jobs for my province of New Brunswick. We'll stop this one, Trans Mountain too. Over our dead bodies, you will. Berman was never close to power in Alberta. She was simply on a council that advised the NDP government. But Guilbeault, if he wins his riding and Trudeau gets a second term, could become a very influential national minister. Hear that. He wins his riding and Trudeau does get a second term, which all it's going to require is there to be no sure majority situation here. Because in a situation of where we're not certain, where there's no actual majority government, Trudeau has every constitutional right to test Parliament, that it's in our Constitution. He will have the backing of the NDP and the Green, which would be more than enough to put him over the top of the 150 seats he needs to hold on to power. The only way to stop Trudeau is a conservative majority government. The PPC don't stand a chance of getting even Bernier's seat, and even if they did manage to get a fair number of seats, Bernier has made it abundantly clear he will not back the Conservatives one bit. Our only choice to stop Trudeau is a Conservative majority. And that way we can stop Guilbeault from further destroying this country under Trudeau. Already prominent in Quebec, he's been a climate change advisor to successive provincial governments. Former Liberal Minister Stéphane Dion praised him as highly influential. Minister. According to new reports, Guilbeault was stone-faced silent when some people cheered Trudeau's remarks about the TMX approval. I confess to being a bit naive about Berman at the start. It's not a mistake to make twice. Now I don't think Guilbeault will This is the article here. Will single-handedly reverse the Fed's purchase of Trans Mountain, or somehow block construction in defiance to current Liberal policy. But I do think his ardent welcome in the Liberal fold signals at least two things. There will never be an export pipeline of any kind across Quebec soil while the Liberals are around. Everywhere else in Canada, there will never be a new pipeline after TMX. Otherwise, how could Stephen Guilbeault be authentic? That's right. This is a huge signal that we must stop Trudeau at all costs, or this country's economy is done. Thank you for watching. Like if you like, share, comment, and of course subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you are able to, if you could, please click on that PayPal link in the description and make some form of a donation. It would be much appreciated. Thank you and have a good day.